Can you see now the projected image? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, can you hear? Can you hear the sound?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start. Okay, again, please pay close attention to the song because our activity will be based on this. Okay, so let's start. Wow. MEAN, the average value. MEDIE, and the middle value. MODE, the most common value. The average value. Median, the middle value. Or the most common value. These are the three measures of central tendency. We have the mean and the median and also the mode.
Shy.
These are the
Pangita sa itong alpiler ni tita dali. Pangayuan na.
of central tendency. Hey everyone. MEAN, the average value, and EDI, and the middle value.
Sa mandaw pa tanong ko.
MODE, the most common value. The average value, median, the middle value, more the most common value. These are the three measures of central tendency. We have the mean and median and also the mode. These are the three measures of central tendency. Okay, so are you now ready for today's activity? Are you ready, madam people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's have this. Okay, so the title of our activity, can you see the projected image, the projected screen? Okay, the title of our activity is Who Am I? Okay, who am I? Okay, so let's first have the instructions. First, there are 6 questions in this activity. Again, there are 6 questions in this activity. Next, let's have this. The answer to each of these questions will be found in the table of letters. Okay? Okay, how does it look like to have this table of letters? So this is the table of letters. Okay, next. The first student to send a correct answer through a chat message in our Google Meet will be given 5 additional points. Again, the first student to send a correct answer through a chat message in our Google Meet will be given 5 additional points. Another thing is that answers have to be sent, in through a chat message in our Google Meet. These answers will only be recognized. Next, another 5 additional points for proving that you have seen the word or words in the table of letters, because there might be possibility that you can answer a question but you will not have seen the correct the word or words in the table of letters. So there have to be separate points. We have 5 additional points for giving the correct answer, for sending the correct answer to a chat message in our Google Meet, and we have additional 5 points for proving that you have seen these words in a table of letters. Okay, so are you ready? Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, sir. Okay, so based on the question, based on the song that you've sung, okay, so let's have this activity. Let's have the first question. Letter M is my first letter. Letter A is my third letter. Who am I? Again, letter M is my first letter. Letter A is my third letter. Who am I? Okay, note that you can only answer this if you had paid close attention to the song.
Oh,
Okay, now you may now send your answer. Okay, according to Ma'am Dilampagos, that's mean. Okay, naminaw dyan sa ato ang song. Okay, mean. Okay, so the correct answer, okay, let's have.
kasayang mo pa dyan kun.
Yes, that is mean. Okay, so you have 5 points, Ma'am Rilampagos.
Jen, tama na yan. Jen, mag-answer
Now,
gal.
another question. If you have seen these words, okay, just prove this to me. What color does each of these letters of the word mean have? Okay, again, what color does each of these letters of the word mean have? Okay, you may now send your answer. Okay? Nag-ingon nga, okay? Red. We have black. Okay? Okay, let's have Ma'am Desiree Panoril. That's green. Okay, green,
Ay,
blue. Okay, green, blue, red. Okay, green, blue, red, and blue. Tama ba? Green, red, blue, red, and blue. Okay? So the correct answer, okay, green, according to Ma'am Desiree, green. Saan yung blue? Saan yung blue? Green, blue, yellow, blue?
Doon na po, sir.
Okay,
Okay, wow.
green, blue, and then yellow and blue. Okay, very good. That's green, blue, and yellow and blue. Very good. Okay, you have additional points, Ma'am Desiree Panduril. Okay, next, let's have, okay, in this table of letters, we can see the word mean. Okay, next,
Ayun na.
let's have the second question. Letter M is my first letter. Letter E is my last letter. Who am I? Okay, you may send your answers that are sent through a chat message will only be recognized. Okay. Okay, so let's have this one. Okay, according to Rika James, okay, that's mood. Okay, you have additional 5 points. Mood. Okay, now, and to prove that you have seen this word, okay, so what color does each of these letters of the word mood have?
Jen, tama na yan.
Send your answer.
Mode.
Okay, black. Okay, brown. Black lang ba? Brown lang ba? Okay, if you have really seen this word, red. Naka-red ba si mode?
Black.
Black, brown, blue. Black, brown, blue, no? Okay. Okay. According to Ma'am Delia Rose Castle, violet, pink, and red. Violet, pink, and red. Tama ba? Red? Okay. According to Ma'am Desiree Panoril, so we have violet, green, violet, According to Ma'am Geraldine Ardenio, okay, we have violet, brown ba? Violet, brown, pink, green. Okay, according to Sir Jason Polidon, okay, violet, pink, and green. Okay, very good. Okay, according to Sir Jason Polidon, okay, violet, pink, and green. Okay, you have additional 5 points. Next, okay, in this table of letters, we can see the word mean, the mode. Okay, next, let's have the third question. Letter N is my last letter. Letter E is my second letter. Who am I? Okay, so letter N is my last letter. Letter E is my second letter. Who am I? Okay. Okay, so according to Ma'am Ara Maureen Flores, that's median. Very good. Now, to prove that you have really seen this word, what color does each of these letters of the word median have? Okay, what are the colors? Okay. You better send your answer. Okay, according to Ma'am Desiree Panel, Ma'am Desiree Panel is very active. Okay, okay, median. Median. Okay, so the color is okay. So let's have this. The color. What's the color? According to Ma'am Desiree Panoril, that's violet, green. Tama ba na may violet and green? Okay. How about Ma'am Micaela Nicole Silvan? We have violet, blue. Okay, blue. Okay, it's not blue. Okay, let's have Sir Norol Kim Pandapatan, violet, yellow, green, 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 violet, yellow, red, and violet. Very good. Okay, you get the correct answer, Sir Norol Pandapatan. You have additional 5 points. Okay. In this table of letters, we can see the word median. Okay, next, let's have the fourth questions. Okay, I am two words. I am a definition of the word mean. Who am I? Again, I am two words. I am a definition of the word mean. Who am I? If you have paid close attention to the song, so you can answer this. Okay. 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 According to Ma'am Okay. According to Ma'am Delia Ross Casil, okay, average. Okay, very good. The correct answer is according to Ma'am Micaela Nicole Silvan, okay, that's average value. Okay, now, okay, what color does each of these letters of the words average value have? Okay, you can now send your answer. Tanawan na to kung nakita ba sa average value na words. Murag taas-taas kining average value. Ang malowest karon ha kay ako to pakantahon og voltage 5. Okay, let's have this. According to Sir Kirby M. Maestre, we have violet. Okay, meron bang violet? Okay, it's violet and yellow, red, blue, green, green, pink, blue, yellow, red, green, green, and yellow. Very good. Okay, you have 5 additional points, Sir Kirby J. M. Maestre. Okay? Okay, in this table of letters, we can see the words average value. Next, let's have this, the fifth question. I am two words. I am a definition of the word mood. Who am I? Okay, I am two words. I am a definition of the word mood. Who am I? Okay, the answer is very good. According to Ma'am Angel Cisneros, we have here that is okay. According to Ma'am Micaela Nicole Sulvan, okay. According to her, most common value. Now, according to Sir Raymond Dalvez, okay. Okay, the answer is most common. Okay, most common. Now, to prove that you have seen these words, okay, what color does each of these letters of the words most common? Okay, now send your answer. Green, according to Sir Norol. Okay, wait. Okay, we have green ba? No, hindi green. Okay, according to Kirby J. Maestre, we have yellow, red, okay, yellow, red, blue, green, green, blue, pink, brown, and very good, violet. Okay, so in this table of letters, we can see the words most common. Okay, let's move to the last question. Okay, let's move to the last question. I am two words. I am a definition of the word median. Who am I? You can answer this if you have paid close attention to our song. Okay, okay. According to Ma'am Angel Cisneros, that's middle value. Okay, middle value. Okay, middle. Sa manikang kuan, Ma'am Silvan, middle vibalu. Let's according to Ma'am Angel Cisneros, that's middle value. Very good, that's middle value. Now, to prove that you have seen these words, okay, what color does each of these letters of the words middle value? Okay, according to Sir Orland J. Batistis, that is, sige daw, yellow. Sige daw, yellow. No, there's no yellow color in the first letter. Okay, we have Micaela Nicole Silvan, violet, red. Okay, violet, red. Okay, tama ba nga na violet, red? Pasiglahi ang inyo nakitaan. Violet, red. Tama ba nga violet, red? Okay. Murag na ay nalibat diri Okay. Okay, we have violet, red. Okay, no. Violet, red. There's no red in the second letter. There's no red in the second letter. Violet, red, blue. Very good. We have Desiril Panorel, violet, violet, green, blue, violet, blue, yellow, yellow, violet, green, and yellow. Very good. So in this table of letters, we can see the word middle value. We can see the words middle value. Okay, middle value. Dili tong nasa taas kay middle valde man to. Okay, middle valde man to. Okay, so we have here. Okay, so congratulations. We're done finding out the terms and their corresponding definitions. Okay, so now, okay, so now before we start our discussion, I am challenging, in order for you to receive in order for each member of the group to receive additional 5 points, okay, I am challenging a representative from a group. Okay, I am challenging a representative from a group to sing this original composition of mine, but to the tune of Fruit Salad Song. Okay, to the tune of Fruit Salad Song. Okay, so wait lang. Can you see now the projected image? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Ano sa'yo nakita ninyo? Okay, very good. You have to sing to the tune of a fruit salad song. Okay, so I'll give you 1 minute before each representative can sing this song to the tune of fruit salad song. Voltage 5 man to ganina, karon na po fruit salad song. Okay? There are 4 groups in this class, so 1 representative from each group. Okay? 1 minute.
Sir, i-fruit salad katong ang tono niya, sir.
Yes, ang tono atong fruit salad. Kato ganing kuan sa to? Fruit salad song?
Watermelon.
Watermelon tortilla. Si Valdez daw, sir. May talo, sir, nila. Hulidog.
pwede ka na maghulog ng piso, 5 at 10 piso. Pagkatapos
Okay? Can you hear me? Representative. Representative. Who's the representative from each group? Wala, Jude? Okay. Okay, let's have Ma'am Dulcelo. Okay, let's have Ma'am Dali Rose Manabit. Okay. Okay. Who would like to represent your group? Okay, let's have Ma'am Del Cielo Casil. Okay, ma'am.
kay kuan ni sir ka ng group. Ay, group. Group 2 man ata ang group 2. Group 2.
Okay, nagyaw-yaw di ay ko. Okay. Sorry, nagyaw-yaw di ay ko nga na-off ang ako ang microphone. So, sikog tawag ninyo. So, wala. Okay, so, let's have Ma'am Del Cielo. From what group?
Group 2 sir.
Very good. Okay. Group 2. Okay, let's have this.
Okay. MEA and the average value, MEDAA and the middle value, MODE, the most common value. These are the three measures of central tendency in data set you see.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's give her a virtual clap. Okay. Now let's have the next group. Okay, who's the representative from the other group? Raise
Sir.
your hand. Yes. Who's this? Ngayon na sikog yaw-yaw niya na kuan day na off di akong mic. Ang pagtuon ako nga ulaw mo. Okay, let's have Ara Maureen Flores. Okay?
Okay, sir.
From what group? From what group?
Sir, sa ganito ang grupo eh. Group 1. Ay, group 1,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Go.
Wait lang. MEA and MAE and the average value, the average value, MEDAA and the middle value, MODE, the most common value, These are the three measures of central tendency in data set we see.
Okay, very good. Let's give her a virtual clap. Next, let's move to the next group. Okay, who's the representative from the other group? Okay, faster. Okay, please raise your virtual hand. Who's the representative? Okay. 1. Wala na? 2. Okay, let's have Ma'am Micaela Silvan. Okay? Okay, from what group? Faster.
Group 4, sir.
Yes, okay, group 4. Go.
MEA and the average value, MEDA and the middle value, MODE, the most common value, These are the three measures of the central tendency in data set we see.
Okay, very good. Now, let's move to another group. Last group. Okay? Let's have Ma'am Dolly Rose Manabit. Okay, from what group?
Sir, pwede mo balik sa group 2 gihapon, sir, kay Delia Rose na kauban.
Okay, so let's have another group na lang. Take note, if you have one representative from the group, each of the members in that group will
Bunte.
receive 5 additional points.
Kaklase.
So, okay na to.
Okay po, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for being so participative. Okay, let's have this other group. Okay, you're raising your hand. Kirby J. Maestre, okay? What group?
3, sir.
Okay, good. Next, okay. Move. Go.
Siguro ka, sir?
Yes, you can start.
MEA and the average value, MEDIA and the middle value, MODE, the most common value, These are the three measures. With central tendency in data set we see.
Very good. Okay, so please give them a virtual clap. Okay, so we're done. Okay, so I guess you are now ready. Okay, you are now ready to our discussion. So, how do you find activity? Everyone, how do you find activity?
Happy.
Everyone? So it's fun. Okay, so it seems like you're now ready. So are you ready? Okay, are you ready for our discussion? Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
So, in order for you to be more ready, okay, our topic for today's session, the measures of central tendency. Okay, so in order for you to be more ready, you have to know first the lesson objectives, because these lesson objectives will be guiding you as you go along in our discussion. Okay, first, at the end of the discussion, you are expected to differentiate the measures of central tendency, such as mean, median, and mode. Next, you have also to determine the mean, median, and mode of the given data set. And lastly, you are expected to discuss the role of the measure of central tendency in determining the characteristics of the data set. So you have to discuss how important are the roles of central tendency in understanding and determining the characteristic of the data set. Okay? So now, let's proceed. We have the measures of central tendency, the mean, median, and mode. Take note, the first part of my discussion will be the explanation of the definition of a certain measure of central tendency. And after that, I'll be giving an example, and I am testing you, and I will be testing you, okay? If you can explain the example that I'll be giving, okay? If you can explain this example based on my explanation or based on the definition of a certain measure of central tendency. Okay, now let's proceed to the mean. Okay, can you now see the projected screen? Okay, nakita nyo ba yung projected
Yes,
screen?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just checking if you're following the whole story of this topic. Okay, let's have mean. Mean is the average value of a set of data. Okay, it is calculated by adding up all the values and dividing the total number of values. Again, when we say mean, it is the average value. And then how will we calculate this average value or mean? First is that we have to add up all the values in the data set, and the result of adding all of these values will be divided by the total number of values. Okay, now, based on my explanation, based on the definition of mean, okay, let's have this example. Okay, now, in this example, let's have the pre-test scores in mathematics. Okay, so take note that student 6 got a score of 15. Okay, got a score of 15. Okay, wait lang. Let's have this. Okay, student 6. Okay, can you see now the arrow? Okay, student 6 got a score of 15. Student 8 get a score of 20. Students 5 and 1 get a score of 30. Students 2 and 7 get a score of 35. Students 10, 3 and 4 get a score of 45. Students 14 and 19 get a score of 50. Students 12 get a score of 55. Students 11 get a score of 60. And student 13 get a score of 65. Now, based on this example, Okay, who would like to explain, okay, for additional 10 points, okay, 10 points. Okay, who would like to explain why the mean value is 41.43 based on the definition of the mean, based on my explanation about mean? Okay, you can raise your hand. Okay, let's have Jules Leo Vargas. Okay, let's have Sir Jules Leo Vargas. Okay,
So, sir,
1.43. Okay,
ang mean man sino, which is ang average value of a set of data. Then,
Yes.
ang kani silang mga nag-take ani nga ay kaning mga score base nila, which is gikan sa 15-20 up to hangtod sa 65, which is gi-divide of 14, mao ang mean nila equals 41.43.
Oh, okay, very good. So if we add up all these scores in the data set divided by 14, why do we need to divide it by 14? Why? Why it's 14? Because according to, okay, let's have Sir Desiree Panoril. Why should we divide the result by 14? Let's have Ma'am Panoril. Bakit 14? Okay, let's...
Kay sir,
Yes.
mo 14 siya sir, kay ipuhon nimo tong tanang data sir, kay mo total siya og 14 po.
Yes, the total number of students or the total number of scores in the data set is 14. So if we add all of these values in the data set and divide it by 14, we can have the mean value, which is 41.43. Okay, give them a virtual clap. Okay, the mean value is 41.43. Now, what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean when we say the mean value is 41.43? Take note. Mean is the average value, and the mean value, which is 41.43, is a representation of the central value of the data. Again, when we say we have this mean value, which is 41.43, okay, this means that this value is a representative value when it comes to representing the central data of the data set. Okay, this is what we call the mean. The mean value for this data set, 41.43. Now, based on this concept, let's have this one. Okay, please try to observe. Okay, this is the original. This is the original data set. We have 15, 20, 30, 30, 35, 35, 45, 45, 45, 50, 50, 55, 60, and 65. Take note, the highest score is 65. Okay, now, based on this, please take a look on this. From this slide to this slide, what have you observed? Again, from this slide to this slide, what have you observed? Anybody? Raise your hand. From this slide to this slide, what have you observed? Okay, let's have Ma'am Del Cielo Casil. Okay?
Kuan sir, naigi-add nga 95.
Okay, nabay gi-add nga, for example, you have this, from this part to this part. Merong, instead of,
Nausap, sir.
Change,
yes,
sir.
Na-change siya, sir.
Ang 65 na change na into 95.
very good.
Ang 65 na-change into 95.
Okay, very positive. Okay, so please do not answer in chorus. You can raise your hand. Okay, I get your point. In this part, what you've observed is that from 65 nagiging 95. So what does this mean? Okay, for example, let's presume lang ha. Let's presume. What if lang? Okay, what if student 13, take note, in the original data set, student 13 got a score of 65. Okay, let's presume, what if si students 13, instead of having a score of 65, kasi nga more advanced pala siya, okay, let's presume na lang, instead of having a score of 65, student 13 got a score of 95 again. Okay, let's presume lang ha. Let's presume, what if student 13, instead of having a 65 score, okay, student 13 got a score of 95. 95. Now, will we consider that if 95 is an extreme value, dako ba kani siya nga value? As compared
Yes,
to
sir.
the rest of the value. Very good. From 60, from 55 to 60, nagiging 95. Nagiging 95. With that, okay, take note, 95. Please take note on this. 95 is what we call the outlier. Again, outlier. What does it mean when we say outlier? Outlier is the value that is very different from the rest of the values in the data set. Ibig sabihin, ito yung score na very different from the rest of the scores in the data set. Tama ba? Na we can say that 95 is very different from the rest of the values in the data set. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Is it true? Yeah.
Yes,
This is
sir.
an outline. Now, at this point, we have to focus only our objectives. Okay. Now, we have a separate session, a separate discussion when it comes to determining the outlier. How will we calculate the outlier? But this time, I am just informing you that 95 is an outlier. Okay, 95 is an outlier. Now, this is my question. If there is an outlier which is 95, now will this bring a significant impact, or will this affect the mean value of the dataset? Nakaka-epekto ba to sa mean value? Can we still have the same mean value, or will we have another mean value? Very good. Okay, very good. So we can have now a new mean value. Okay, what's the new mean value? Based on this new data set na merong outlier which is 95.
100.
Okay? According to okay, you're raising your hand. Okay, Anthony E. Valdez. So what's now the new mean value?
43.57, sir.
Okay, the answer is 43.57. Very good. 43.57. Okay, take note on this. We have now the new mean value which is 43.57. Take note, this mean value which is 43.57 come from the data set having the outlier which is 95. With this mean value which is 43.57 can't be said, we cannot consider this value as the one that is a good that can representative, or we cannot consider this mean value as a good representation of the central value. Why? Because we have this what we call outlier. This question, this value came from the data set having the outlier which is 95. So hindi talaga nagre-represent ito ng it's not more accurate to represent the central value of the data set. Why? Because this new mean value has came from the data set having the 95 nas outlier. Again, pag sinabi nating mean, pag sinabi nating mean, it is the average value, and this will be calculated by adding up all of these values and divided by the total number of values in the data set. Okay? Am I making myself clear so that we can move to the other part? Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now, let's move to another. Now, based on this, okay, let's have this one. This is the original data set. Now, from this part, what have you observed to this part? Again, from this part, what have you observed to the next part? Okay, raise your hand. Okay, let's have Maria Cristina Bianca Relampagos. Okay, what have you observed from this part?
Wala siya kanang mas highest good, sir. Kanang tama ra gid ang iyang high score nga nabutang, sir.
Okay, how about
amplifier?
Good. Okay, how about this one? Okay, from this part to this part. Okay, what's the other observation? Thank you, Ma Maria de Lampagos. What's the other observation? From this part to this part.
Into zero.
Okay, okay, you're raising your hand. Let's have Orlan J. Okay, Orlan J. From 15, okay, it is changed into 0. Okay, from 15, nagiging 0. Now, this is the original data set. May 15, 20, 30, until 65. Now, let us presume again. Let's what if? Okay, what if student 6 who got a score of 15, instead of having a score of 15, hindi pala siya nag-study. So, let's presume na lang na he or she got a score of 0. Okay? He or she got a score of 0. So, instead of having a score of 15, yung score niya ay 0. Now, the question is this 0 an outlier? Yes, this is because we have a separate session when it comes to determining or calculating the outlier. Zero is considered as an outlier. Why is this called as an outlier? Because based on the question, why is this called as an outlier? Bakit outliering zero? Because it is what?
Different, sir.
Very
Different.
good.
Very
According to Ma'am
different.
Sabang, it is very different. Okay, very different from the rest of the score. Imagine, merong 20, 30, then bigla na lang nag-zero. Okay, let's presume na lang na may ganito. Okay, take note, yung original na mean value, which can be said as a good representative value when it comes to represent the central value of the data set. In this part, we have the new mean value. Okay, what's the new mean value? After adding all of these and divided by 14. Okay, what's the new mean value? Okay, raise your hand. Let's have Anthony Jude Makabutbut. Okay, what's the new mean value?
No, sir.
The new mean value?
40.35.
Okay. Very good. The answer is the answer is 40.36. So okay, round up. Okay, let's have this 40.36. Okay, so you have to round it up. So 40.36. Again, just to have a recall, what's the original mean value? What's the original mean value? It was 41.43.
41.43, sir.
Very good. 41.43. Now, because nang dahil lang because of the outlier which is zero, nagiging ganito na. 40.36. And it can be said that this mean value which is 40.36 is not a good representative value when it comes to representing the central value of the data set. Why? Because this mean value came from the data set having an outlier, which is the zero. Zero is considered as an outlier. So now, pag merong napakataas na mean at pag merong napakababa na pag merong napakataas na score or yung napakababa na score, okay, we can consider these outliers. Now, based on your understanding of the concepts I've discussed about the mean, okay, I'd like you to assess through this question. Okay, please pay close attention on this. Mean is the most affected by outliers. Is it true or false? Just to assess your understanding. Okay, about the concept of mean. Mean is most affected by outliers. Is it true or false? Most
True,
affected.
sir.
True, very good. Okay, according to Ma'am Rilampagos, that is true. It is true. Why? Because whatever outlier is, it will always affect the mean value. So pag merong napakataas or napakababa na outlier, so it will really affect the mean value. Okay, so that is why mean is considered as the most affected measure of central tendency by these outliers. Okay, so am I making myself clear so that we can now move to the other measure of central tendency? Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
very good. Okay,
sir.
next, let's move to the next measure of central tendency, that is the median. Okay, now, median, based on the song, okay, what's the definition of median? Yes, it's middle value in a set of ordered data. Now, median is a middle value in a set of unordered data. Take note, how will we calculate or how will we identify or determine the median or the middle value in a set of ordered data? First is we have to put all the scores or put all the values in an order setup, or we have to put all the values in order. Okay, from lowest to highest. That's the first thing that we've got to do in determining the middle value or the median. After that, we can now identify the middle value. Again, when we say median, it is the middle value. And then, before we can get the middle value, we have to put all of the scores or data in the data set in order so that we can say that this is now a set of an ordered data. Okay? Now, based on your understanding or based on my explanation or based on the definition of the median, who can explain this? Okay? Who can explain this? why the median value is 45. Okay, why the median value is 45. Raise your hand for additional points. Raise your hand. Okay, let's have, according to Noril, okay, let's have Noril Hakim Pandapatan. Okay, sir, can you explain why the median value is 45 based on the definition of median?
45 siya, sir, kay ang nasa tunga, sir, nga number, sir, is duha ka 45 mo nang 45 nga red o 45 nga blue, sir.
Okay, very good. The median value is 45. Very good. Now, are you familiar with the word even and odd number? Are you familiar with these terms? Even and odd number? Just to recall your previous and your prior knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, pag sinabi nating, okay, take note on this. How many scores in the data set? How many pre-test scores in this data set? How many scores?
14, sir.
Very good. 14. So 14 scores. Now, the 14, okay, 14, is it an odd or an even number? Just to recall, checking your prior knowledge before we can move to the other part of this discussion.
Even, sir.
Is it very good? It is an even number. Take note. Okay, it is 14 is an even number. Take note, the difference between even and odd number. Even number, it is divisible by 2. Ma-divided to 2. Dili bungki. And let's have an odd number. Odd number cannot be divided, or it is not divisible by 2. This time, since we have 14 scores in the data set, we can say that 14 is an even number. Now, this is the thing that we've got to do when we determine or when we find out the median value if the data set is in an even number. Okay, if there is an even number of values in the data set, rather. Okay, so let's have this one. Let us presume, okay, or let's presume na yung two arrows na ito will be our two fingers. We have the right finger and the left finger. So let's presume na lang na yung arrows na ito ay mga fingers natin. So we have the right finger and we have the left finger. Now, how will we determine the median value? Simply, we have to move our two fingers, two opposite fingers, towards the middle value. Okay, from this point to this point to this point to this point to this point and to this point. Okay, until we end up having this position of the two fingers of ours. Okay, so nakuha ba? Okay, then we have
Yes,
these
sir.
two values, the 45 and 45. So we have to add 45 plus 45 divided by 2. Why should we divide it by 2? Because there are only two values. We have 45, the second value, 45. So 45 plus 45, we have to divide it by 2, and the answer is 45. So 45 plus 45, that is 90, and divided by 2, that's 45. That is the median. Very good. Okay, that is the median. Now, what does it mean? Okay, what does it mean to have a median value of 45? When we say yung median value is 45, it can be said that 45 is the middle score. It is the middle value. It is the middle value that represents the central value of the data set. That's according to median. That's according how does this median measure when it comes to the central tendency of the data set. Okay, median, that's 45. Another implication for this is that there are values that go beyond 45. Example, we have 50, 55, 60, 65. These are the values above, beyond the 45 na median value. And we have here the lower part, okay, the lower values. We have 15, 20, 30, 30, 35, 35. These are the values below the median. Okay, again, this is the median, the middle value in an ordered set. It has to be ordered. This time, na-order na natin from the lowest to highest. But if there are activity na another quiz na hindi ordered yung data set, so you have to put all of those values in order. But this time, na-order na ito. So from lowest to highest. Okay? Now, let's move to another. Okay? Do you get me? Am I making myself clear? I'm just checking your if you follow the whole story.
Yes, sir.
To the people number? Okay, very
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. Let's have this one. Let's have this. Okay, so let's have this. This is the original data set. Okay, from this slide, I want you to observe from this slide to this slide. What have you observed from this part to this part? What have you observed? This part to this part. What have you observed? From this part to this part.
99, sir.
Merong 99. Okay, again, let's presume na naman. Okay, very good. Let's presume na naman, what if hindi pala sila 14 students, 15 students pala sila. So what if hindi absent yung 15 and then this student 15 got a score of 95 or got a score of 95. Now, let's have this one. How many scores will there be in the pretest scores in mathematics?
15, sir.
Very good, 15. Now the question is 15 an odd or even number? Rechecking your prior knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It is odd number.
It is an odd number. Now, if the number of scores in the data set is an odd number, okay, so still we have to use our two arrows, or which will serve as our two fingers. With this one, let's have this one. Okay, let's use this. This is our technique. This is my technique to para ma-determine natin yung median para dili ta malibog. But first, we have to put all of the values in order. You have 15, the lowest, and 90 is the highest. Now, let's have this one. Let's use two arrows or the two fingers. Okay, let's move. Okay, let's have this one moving towards the center or the middle part of that data set. Okay, from this point to 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 this point until you end up having these positions of your middle finger. Your fingers. So what's the new mean? The median value based on this? Okay, after
45, sir.
very good. That is 25. Okay, 45. 45 is the mean. Again, ano nga yung mean value natin kanina? Yung
14,
median
sir.
value natin kanina. Yung median value natin kanina.
45.
Wala pang na-add na 99.
45.
What's the median value?
45, sir.
45. Okay, very good. 45 pa rin. Very good. 45 pa rin. Okay, 45 pa rin. Okay, let's have this one. Okay, very good. Now, next, based on this is the original. Okay, please take a look on this. Pay close attention on the projected screen. Now, this is the first. Okay, from this part to this part, what have you observed? From this part to this part, what have you observed? From this part to this part, what have you observed? Just checking if you follow my the whole story of this online class.
Na-change ang
From this
65.
part to this part, have you observed? Yeah, change from 65 into 95. Or again, let's presume what if student 13 instead of having a score of 95, yung score niya ay instead of having a score of 65, student 13 got a score of 95. Imagine, let's have this one. Take note, is this 95 an outlier? Outlier ba itong 95?
Yes, sir.
Based on the
Yes,
result.
sir.
Very good. 95, something like that. So now, 95, take note, it is an outlier. Now, this time, we have a new data set. And take note, this data set is having a score of 95, which is considered as an outlier. Okay, outlier siya. So ngayon, what do you think is the new median value? Is there a new median value? Or still, we can have the same median value? What's the answer?
Same lang po, sir.
Okay, according to Sir Jason, yes, according to Sir Jason, what's the median value based on this data set? What's the median value? Using the two fingers. Okay,
45
gihapon ka? Very good. Duha lang gihapon ka 45 because, okay, take note, sometimes we can conclude from this data set, we can conclude that sometimes if with the presence of an outlier which is 95, sometimes it cannot affect the median value. Tama ba? Have you realized this? With the presence of an outlier, it cannot affect the median value. Okay? Have you realized this? Na from 65 to 95, still, yung median value pa rin natin ay 45. Okay? Am I making myself clear from this projected screen?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, now let's move to the next part. Okay, in this part, we can say that if there is if there's a presence of outlier, it cannot affect the median value. Still, we have 45. Now this part. How about this one? How about this one? Let's have this one. From this part, this is the original data set. From this part, what have you observed to this part? Okay, again, from this part to this part, what have you observed? From this part to this part. Oh, please raise your hand. From this part to this part. Okay. Okay, well, let's have Rika James Bantilan. Okay, what have you observed from this part to this part? From this part to this part, what have you observed? Okay. Okay, let's have Norol Hakim Pandapatan. Okay, let's have Sir Norol Hakim Pandapatan. From this part to this part.
Nag-change of 1, sir. 0, sir.
Na-change ba og zero? Isa ang na-change og zero? See? Ano?
Ang
Isa ang
15,
na-change og
sir.
zero. No.
Ay, di, nadugangan
Na-change
day,
ba?
sir. Nadugangan.
Anong nadungagan og zero? Yan, isa pa lang nawala. 65.
Ay, 5 na, sir.
Okay? 65. Okay, take note. Okay, please pay attention. Please. Okay, let's have this one. Okay, thank you. Now, the highest score is 65. Okay, student 13 got a score of 65 rather. Student 13 got a score of 65. Let us presume, okay, let us presume na hindi pala nakapag-study si student 13. So instead of having a score of 65, nagiging 0. O, let's presume na lang na instead of having 65, nagiging 0 ang kanyang score. Now the question is, will we still put the score of 0 in the right side or in the highest part of the ordered data set? Ibutang bagya po nato dito ang 0 sa pinakataas sa right side.
Dili, sir.
Dili, sir.